All right, let's dive into an ancient text that, believe it or not, has some incredibly modern answers for finding a sense of calm and purpose in our crazy world. We're going to break down how the Bhagavad Gita can be a real practical guide to inner peace.
So let me start by asking you a question that I think we all wrestle with. How do you find calm when the world around you just feels like chaos? It's a search we're all on, and the Bhagavad Gita actually offers a pretty amazing roadmap.
But before we get into the nitty-gritty, there's one really important thing to understand. The Gita isn't just a book for scholars to debate or for us to memorize. Its real purpose, its true goal, is transformation. It's about using these ideas to actually change the way you experience your life.
So where do we even begin? Well, we start with the first major principle, learning how to act with your whole heart, but without getting completely tangled up in the results. Let's really explore what it means to take action without all that anxiety.
This right here is one of the most famous verses in the entire text. Karmanyeva dikaraste ma paleshu kadachana. And its message is so powerful. It's saying, look, you have total control of your actions, but you have zero control over the results. So, where should all your focus be? Just on the work itself. That's it. But how in the world do we actually apply that? It sounds good, but what does it look like? Well, the Gita gives us this brilliant analogy to help. It says we should perform our duty just like the sun.
And when you break it down, you see just how perfect this analogy is. I mean, think about it. The sun rises and sets on time every single day, no matter what. It shines on everyone, good people, bad people, rich, poor. It doesn't discriminate. And here's the key. It is completely unattached to the results. It doesn't worry if its light helps a beautiful flower grow or if it just warms up an empty rock. It simply does its job. Okay, so that's how we should act on the outside. And that leads us perfectly to our second big idea, the art of cultivating peace on the inside, building a mind that's stable no matter what life decides to throw at you. You know, life is this constant flow of opposites. The Gita calls them dualities, or dwendwalus. We all go through joy and sorrow, success and failure, right? The goal isn't to just chase the good stuff and run from the bad. Instead, it's about developing equanimity, this ability to just witness both sides with a calm, steady mind, staying centered right in the middle of it all.
And to help us picture this, we get another incredible analogy. Be like the ocean. Think about it. Thousands of rivers flow into the ocean every day, carrying all sorts of stuff. And yet, the ocean stays vast, deep, and fundamentally undisturbed. It just absorbs everything without losing what it is. That's the model for a truly peaceful mind. So how do we actually do this when we're stressed out? The Gita gives us something super practical called the tortoise technique. What does the tortoise do when it senses danger or chaos? It just pulls its limbs and head into its shell. We can do the exact same thing with our minds. Step 1, sense the distractions around you. Step 2, consciously and intentionally withdraw your attention inward. And step 3, find that protected, centered space inside, your own personal shell.
Now, this all leads to a really big question. Where does this kind of strength and peace actually come from? And the Gita's answer is kind of radical. It's not something you have to go out and get from the world. It's already in you.
This verse is just so empowering. Ahamatma gudakesha, sarva bhutashaya sthvitaha. It basically means, I am the self, and I am seated in the hearts of every single living being. The ultimate source of your strength isn't in some far-off place. It's right there at the very core of your being, in your own heart.
So the real key is to change how you relate to this inner power. The Gita suggests building a real, personal relationship with it. You can think of it as your most trusted friend, as a constant protector, a guiding parent, or even as your ultimate place of refuge. This takes it from being some abstract idea to a living, breathing reality in your life.
Okay, so we've talked about action without anxiety, we've talked about inner peace, and we've talked about finding that strength within. Now, for the most important part, how do we take all this wisdom off the page and actually put it into practice in our daily lives?
This is where the magic really happens, by turning your everyday, mundane activities into something sacred. Just look at this. A simple walk can become a form of devotion. The food you eat can be seen as an offering to that divine energy inside you. And your job? It shifts from being I am doing this to I am an instrument for a higher purpose. All of a sudden, every single thing you do can have meaning. And all of this leads to one of the Gita's most powerful and direct messages, Uddaredatmanatmanam,
Uplift yourself, by yourself. No one else is going to do it for you. Your own mind can be your best friend or your absolute worst enemy. The responsibility and the incredible power for your own growth is completely in your hands.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought to really chew on. Based on everything we've just talked about, what is one small, simple action you can take today to start uplifting yourself? Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer.